I'm Paul Westsells. I'm the president and CEO of Western Copper and Gold. Western Copper and Gold is developing the Casino Copper Gold project located up in the Yukon. We've been developing this asset for the past 12 years, but really the past 3 years have been by far the most exciting few years in the development of the project. New resource, almost doubling the resource in 2020. Last year in 2021, came out with a PEA, which showed great returns on the project. And we brought in Rio Tinto as a strategic investor. So very exciting time in the company. Yeah, I mean, the past 12 months have been very exciting. So if you go back on May 17th of last year, so really just about 11 months ago, we signed our agreement with Rio Tinto. And you know, Casino is a large copper gold porphyry, 11 billion pounds of copper, 21 million ounces of gold. We've always thought that this is best in the hands of a super major like Rio Tinto. So very excited to have them on board. The other thing we did is we issued our PEA. PEA at $335 copper and $1,600 gold. It's got close to a 20% IRR, 2.3 billion net present value. So very, very strong economics on this very exciting large project. So right now, with Rio's involvement, we sort of have got two tracks. One is we're working closely with Rio to make sure they understand the project, with the idea that, you know, hopefully we're going to be sitting down with them relatively soon and talking about what next steps are. But in parallel to that, we're continuing to advance the project. So we issued the PEA last June. That's moving forward towards a feasibility study, which will come out in Q2 of this year. And then in parallel to that is working on the permitting with the idea of getting back in front of the regulator by mid next year. Yeah, I mean, the feasibility study will be out again by the end of Q2, so that's only a couple of months away here. Some progress on permitting. You know, we're doing lots of metallurgical work, so we're going to have some results on that as well. And then, of course, you know, whatever happens with Rio, we'll see how long that takes. But you know, hopefully we can accomplish something this year. I think one of the things that's unique about our deposit, you know, certainly it's unique for the Yukon, but if you look at Western Canada, there's a few of these sort of large copper gold projects. Ours has got a couple of things I think that are very unique for it. One is that, you know, one is just pure size. I mean, it's actually the 5th largest copper gold project being developed by a junior in the world. So this is a global project. I mean, second is really the nature of the deposit. People have heard me talk about this deposit before, know that I talk a lot about the core of the deposit. The core of the deposit is 330 million tons of 0.7 copper equivalent, absolutely key to understanding the project. And then the third is really the work that we've been able to do to incorporate, you know, the First Nations, the regulators, and what we do. Perfect example of this is around our tailings facility. You know, we went through this study 2 years working with them to make sure that their input was brought into what we're doing with that. And also, you know, the government, you know, working closely with them, you know, all that hard work paid off with them actually announcing that they were going to build the first part of the road into our site. This is a few years ago, but, you know, I was very happy to announce a couple of weeks ago that actually that work is now underway and dirt is actually being turned over. We've got a great team, and actually it's a team that we're actually just putting together now. And you know, we brought on Sheena. Sheena is our VP of Environment and Community Affairs. Born and raised Yukoner, worked in the environmental field her whole life. Absolutely great to have leading that. We just brought on Ken Enquist as our COO. You know, his background, and you know, he actually used to work for Rio Tinto on large copper projects, so he was pretty excited to sort of come on with us as well. And then, you know, we have also got a great board, and the board has been very supportive as well. company financials are very good. I mean, we raised money at the end of 2020. We did the strategic investment with Rio Tinto. So that put us in a pretty good financial position. We've been very careful with the money that we've had. And so we're actually starting 2022 with $47 million in the bank, which is more than sufficient for this year and a couple years down the road as well. Yeah, I mean, I've done a number of one-to-one conferences before. I think this is the first one-to-one in Vegas, period, and it's been great. It's great investors here. Good to see some old faces that we haven't seen in a number of years in person rather than on Zoom, and it's been a lot of fun.